What is up everybody, it's your boy Cameron Bash here and welcome back to the Movement channel, where today we're coming at you guys with a brand new video talking about the GM type mode that will be coming to the Wrestling Code video game and a bunch of details we just found out about this mode thanks to Viking Sized Gamer aka James. For those of you who don't know, the Wrestling Code is a brand new wrestling game created by developers Virtual Basement and features many high-profile wrestlers such as Kurt Angle, Rob Van Dam, Scott Steiner, and many more. On top of us covering games like WWE 2K22 and Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling, this will be another game that we'll be covering on this channel as we move forward into one of the most diverse wrestling game futures we've ever seen. Another really cool thing about this game is that they're not afraid to take community ideas on board, and they did that in a massive way when they brought content creator Viking Sized Gamer onto the team to be the main mode designer for what this game is calling Promotional Manager Mode. Their unique spin on a GM mode that has been seen in many different wrestling games over the years. Today, we're here to discuss and break down a stream that James recently did on his channel where he answered questions from the community about what PM mode is and what we can expect to see in it. The stream all in all is around 70 minutes long, so we've gone in and made a note of the most important pieces of information that you need to know about this mode. Please note that we've only written down here the pieces of information that James felt pretty confident about sharing on stream. Anything that he wasn't too sure about or was just speculating over, we've not included that here because at this point in time, those details won't be official. James also seemingly took some inspiration from the chat during the stream and may take some of the ideas shared with him on board for the final game, so if you like the more official details that you hear here today, you may want to check out the full stream to pick up on any of the side stuff. But without further ado, let's jump into the meat and potatoes and let's talk about what PM mode will be doing in Virtual Basement's The Wrestling Code. Create an arena is confirmed and you'll be able to customize your brand's home territory. You'll have the ability to create a second show/promotion alongside your main one. Online play is being heavily considered. This was something James touched on a few times throughout the stream, and while there weren't too many details shared about how it would look exactly, he did mention that you'll be able to compete against each other or work together. Draft not confirmed, but also being considered as everybody likes a good draft, right? Said James. The game will have a contract system. James aims to make it not complicated, but also not stupidly simple. Superstars may also want specific things as part of their contracts that you'll need to uphold if you want to keep them happy and signed. James later expanded upon this deeper into the stream, giving some specific examples of how this could work. In one example, he said you may be given the task of making a superstar reach a certain level of popularity, and if you fail to reach the goal that is asked of you, you may face consequences such as fines or even losing that superstar. By the sounds of it, this contract system is going to be one of the most important aspects of this mode and will be where the true challenge lies. Tournaments are something they want to get into the mode in as many different variations as possible and have it be something that can easily be put onto your shows. The mode is planning to have different levels of complexity depending on how you want to play it. James says that if you want an easier way to play, there will be systems in place to handle a lot of the more in-depth stuff for you, and vice versa. If you want to have a more in-depth experience, the options will be there for you to do that as well. Some of the examples given for that were training wrestlers and scouting talent. There will be other AI-based promotions in the game from the get-go, alongside the ones that you create. You'll be competing with these brands for ratings, but you may also be able to work with them in a Forbidden Door style, like how AEW work with Impact. Promotional Manager Mode will be a mode that goes on forever with no set endgame or game over, in a similar way to that of Universe Mode. While Create a Wrestler and the ability to use custom music is something that has already been confirmed for the game, James clarified that these things would also be usable within Promotional Manager Mode as well. James also said that custom wrestlers should be able to be put into PM mode in one of two ways, either by coming straight onto a roster of one of your promotions, or by being put into the scout section to eventually be scouted by one of your scouts one day in order to add more story to your custom characters. The game will have a popularity system for both in-game and custom characters, and depending on how popular a wrestler is, will depend on what things they can trigger and do within the mode. A trading talent system will be implemented into the game in some sort of way, but James wasn't too clear about how this would work at this time. James is fairly confident that there will be an image uploader for this game, although he didn't say for certain. Retirements will be part of the mode for your wrestlers. Injuries will be part of the mode and will have some depth to it. James said that there will be different severities to injuries, and depending on how bad it is will depend on what you can do with that wrestler. A lower injury can sometimes mean that you can ask that wrestler to work through it, but that can lead to them getting injured even more and being out for a longer stretch of time. So it's all about balancing what you need at each given moment. You will have the option to either simulate your match, picking the person you want to win the match without having to play it, or you'll be able to play the match yourself to try and put on the most entertaining match possible. The person you play as in PM mode will be your own custom character, and that character can appear on the shows as well. James slightly touched on the fact that the wrestling code will also feature some sort of universe mode, and with that, both the PM mode and universe mode would be independent of each other and work in different ways. On top of the earlier mentioned popularity feature that will go up and down over time, the mode will also feature stats that will fluctuate over time, with age being an important factor into that. And finally, when asked if companies could be sold to other owners, James said no, but teased that investors may be a part of the mode in some capacity. And there you have it, folks, the 70-minute stream confined into this bite-sized chunk with all the most important details that you need to know about the Wrestling Code's PM mode. We have to say, at this point in time, this mode is sounding like one of the most exciting and expansive GM modes we'll have ever seen in a video game, and the fact that it's being designed by a member of our very own wrestling games community makes us that much more excited for what they have in store. If anyone is going to be able to deliver on a great mode, it's surely going to be one of our own who understands what we want as gamers. Again, we'd recommend checking James' full stream, as there are some other speculatory details that he touches upon, so if you want to check those out, the link to that is in the description down below. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Before you go, be sure to let us know in the comment section down below. What are you thinking about this mode? Do you like what you've heard so far? Are you excited for this mode? Or are you feeling something else? Let us know in a comment, because we do read them all. And while you're down there, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more The Wrestling Code content. Thanks very much for watching this video, and we'll see you soon for another one.